Good day. Today, we are here to discuss the theory, rationale, and evidence-based for Mtb-Mle. So, what is Mtb-Mle? Mtb-Mle or Mother Tongue-Based Multilingual Education. Mtb-Mle, it helps the child to become the multilingual at school, starting with the language the child knows best or well. Mtb-Mle has different language contexts. First, the homogeneous rural settings, and second, multilingual mix with the urban settings, and the third, 2 or 3 languages, rural-urban settings. In multilingual countries, one has to be a multilingual citizen to fully participate in society at national and local level. To participate in the global world, multilingualism is important. So, these are the parts of multilingual countries. Learning a new language, where and when. There are 2 parts in learning a new language, which is informal and non-formal. In informal, you have the learning a new language is at home. Business, when one knows one can benefit from the other language as in business, selling fruit, other goods. In non-formal, example of language courses, most common place to learn new languages is at school. There are some theories learning a new language. Linguistic threshold hypothesis. A linguistic threshold is a necessary point that a bilingual student must reach in order to benefit from bilingualism. Linguistic interdependence hypothesis is bilingual development, language and literary skills can be transferred from one language to another. These are the skills that can be transferred from language to another. Reading skill, writing skill, mathematics, and social science. Reaching the threshold takes time. The language threshold for reading is largely based on the vocabulary size of the language. Vocabulary size threshold is language dependent. And these are the vocabulary threshold. English has last 3,000 words. French has with 2,200 words. And this is also a theory that transfers starts as knowledge, then L2 is learned. With the phonological awareness, picture reading, reading letters, writing letters, and also the comprehension. In comprehension only happens where children hold the language, book, or grab of what they read or hear. Very controlled language till initial threshold is reached. Still controlled till comfortable level is reached. And children need to learn independent language learning skills. And now we are going to summarize those theories. First, linguistic threshold that needs to be reached before learning can benefit committing from new language as MO. And next, transfer of things learned in L1 to L2, FL graduate. Next, language learning takes time, 5-6 years before initial threshold is reached. Now, these are the different approaches to multilingual education. First, the early exit. L1 of child is 1 to 3 to 5 years MOI. Then L3 becomes MOI. And next, which is the late exit. L1 of the child is MOI and years longer than L3 becomes MOI. And the last one, dual activity. L1 of the child remains a part of education. And now, we're going to discuss success of different approaches to MLE. First, early exit. Work program hardly successful. And second, late exit starts to become successful. And the third, dual objective, successful and balanced. What is necessary for successful multilingualism? Learning a new language or languages. Learning a new language takes time. It is important to make sure that the children have time to learn language well. And second, based on what is known to be successful to a particular context, not on what things exist, should work because that is the time given. Third, includes the language that the child already speaks. And fourth, recognize, appreciates, and builds on the linguistic and cultural background of the child. Four types of add. First, add one in learning a new language in school setting. Example, takes time. About 40 to 500 words per year. English language threshold is about 3,000 words 5 to 6 years. Needs to become in a structured way even when young that pick up a language. When the children have been in school for a few years, they become better and faster language learners than young children. Build on the language in their first language. Needs are well taught through curriculum, syllabus, scope, and sequences. Add 2. Context of language learning. Language distance influence time of language learning. Sabot, English, Dutch, English, Rana Taro, Nepali, Rana Taro, English, language exposure outside the classroom, attitude towards the new language level of teacher. Add 3. Include the home language. Including the home language of the child for a sufficient number of years has been successful in many developing countries. And in, for example, Sweden, the Netherlands, UK, America. In those countries, we see immigrant children where language is not used tend to lag behind a bit. And the last, the add 4, recognizes, appreciates, and builds on the linguistic and cultural background of the children. Builds on their language and learns with example from their own culture surroundings. Nurture appreciation to all languages, including the children's home language. No backward culture, no backward language. Where has it worked? Language communities, including Kenya, Burkina Faso, Nepal, Philippines, Ethiopia, Cameroon, Mali, Nigeria, South Africa, most European countries. And these are the planning steps of Mtb-Mle. First, know the language context, language mapping. Second, L1 literacy aspects needed to develop Mtb-Mle. Third, L2 FL curriculum. Fourth, teachers, schools, community. And 5, develop. And 6, pilot. 7, implement. And 8, monitor and improve. That's all the theory, rational, and evidence-based for Mtb-Mle. Thank you for watching.